Everybody, before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick overview of what's going on with XRP. First, XRP still sits at the 0.5831 level. We were unable to break over and hold the 613 level. That's the first layer of the 614. That's the first layer to get over to start turning the short-term bearishness. But overall, we would have to get above 641 and then ultimately back over 77 cents in the near future to start flipping this from a short-term bearish to more of a bullish formation. That is the overall pattern formation we're in. We have a resistance up at 77 cents right now, so that is what you would need to get in, or at least break, to start pushing up back towards 85 and then ultimately possibly back to the swing high. And then a technical target that's a little bit higher if we play off this weekly cup and handle properly. But as it is now, we're watching the 58 cent level firmly, because as we know in the community, if we break 50 cents or 58 cents at any time and use that as resistance, we do have a technical target back down to the ascending triangle breakout point, which is, it'll get you down to about the 0.545 level. So that's about a 6% drop if you lose 58 cents and be rejected. Conversely, if we can start building this into a support structure, we do have room to go up. But first layer, like I've said, is that 613. We'll take a look at the immediate short term and see exactly how this has to play out to turn a little bit more bullish. Make sure if you appreciate this update, you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push me through the analytics. So please, please, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel and joining the over 18,100 subscribers. Without each and every one of you, I would not be here. And remember, it's our message this morning to start with positivity over negativity. If we do it from an emotionless response, we can make the best educated and informed decision when it comes to the charts. And we'll base our perception and reality not on our emotions, but based on the charts and news that we see. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 10:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, August 17th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see the US dollar currency index real quickly here, we initially came up, had a little bit of a rejection up here at about the 103.666 area, but as we can see in the shorter time frames, we have come down below the 200-day, or well, we use the 200 as support. Now for the US dollar, if we're looking for this to reverse, we're looking for a harsh rejection around 103.33, all the way up to 103.40 would be fine as an overrun. But as we talked about yesterday, this looked like a rising channel was forming, and these are bearish reversals at the top. And it would not surprise me if we start to break down pretty quickly here if we get the rejection. First level, once you break down the 102.60, it'll be a fast drop. So this is where we need to pay attention to the total crypto market, or I mean the US dollar currency index this morning, because again, we're looking for multiple catalysts. If this is the end of this, and let's just say it does this and then it drops, that is how you could start to have a nice little push up in crypto, risk assets, gold and silver. As you can see, Dow Jones is up about 100 points right now. S&P's up a few points. US 10 years up another 1.13% to 4.3%. Crude oil's up a little bit. Gold's up $4, but it's at $18.96, which it came down exactly where we were fearing, almost. Still got a little more room though, but this looks like a falling channel now. This is the complete opposite of what we're seeing in the US dollar currency index. So that's a bullish reversal if we can get it some support. But the question is, do we come down here first to 1840? That's the area we've been targeting for some time. If we broke this pattern formation, and unfortunately for gold, we did break that formation. But we got to get to XRP. But to reverse back up, we need to get back above. Whoops. We would need to get back above here at 1925 and use that as support, and then we could make a return rally to 1987 and see what happens. So that's what we're looking at there. And silver, since we're on this side of town, silver is on the back within the formation perfectly. A rejection here at $23 proves bearishness. If you get back over it and use it at support, that would prove that we're starting to become a little bit more bullish after pulling down here pretty substantially from about 26 bucks, almost 25.75. So just pay attention. But besides that, we got to get into XRP, and I get a lot of questions about commodities. So sometimes when I do the dollar currency index, I'll hit those real quick. So XRP now, let's finish this for a few minutes, get on the same page. XRP in the 30-minute time frame, we had a nice consolidation down. That's the liquidity sweep we talked about. We swapped liquidity, came back up, got rejected at the 613. That's a major rejection. Told us we had to come down and try to double bottom on this area, slightly pulled down here. Came back up and used this again, this broadening wedge support as the support. Now we're come back, got resisted at 585. Now we're being squeezed. Let's see if we can hold this 58 cents, 579. Anything short of that, and then using this area as rejection. Now it's about 578. If you use 579, if you use that as a resistance, that's very bearish, and you can come all the way down here to the pattern formation breakout at 545. And if we look at it in a slightly higher time frame, we can see it in the 4-hourly. That's the ascending triangle breakout. But as it is right now, XRP's volume, we're looking for some kind of reversal, but we haven't got any of it yet. So in the 2-hourly, we're unable to break out. In the 1-hourly, every single time frame is still looking bearish, except for the lack of volume coming in on the sell pressure here and as of late. But all it takes is one big rejection here, as we've talked about, at 579, and that'll bring you back down, or 58 cents. It'll bring you back down about 6% to 545. Reverse the trend this morning. Number one thing we're looking at, make sure we hold this broadening wedge support so that we don't fall any farther. We do have a formation that's forming here as well. So, and it's slightly under that broadening wedge. So we'll see what happens here. I consider these kind of like the overextension of the pattern that's been formed. So this is what you're forming though. This is kind of like your beatdown line right now. That's your resistance. So you form like this, I guess you could call it a descending triangle. Down, lower lows, lower highs. These are typically, if done properly, these can be bullish reversals. You're coming down in a descending fashion. There's not a lot of volume to break you through. But that does give you a more perspective here. If we do break down, how this could start to slowly snowball, maybe even going unnoticed here, if this continues to break down a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see if this continues to go unnoticed, or if this is the start of a breakdown or a breakout. So this is what you'd be looking for. A breakdown, you confirm it with the breakthrough 567, or if you come all the way through here, it almost brings you down to the 545. Right now, though, you're trying to stay on top of this downtrending support. That's the broadening wedge. Yes, this pattern was created within this. It's a down-sloping pattern, descending triangle, I suppose you could say. It could be like a bottom of a flag here. But in order for us to break out, it's so crucial for us to get above this 585. Try not to come back below this 579, because you don't want to come back into this formation, because then that's all but probably starting to get pretty bearish on you. So pay attention to that. We're looking for a volume surge. We're looking for something out of the bulls to help reverse this course, to try to use this area as support. Otherwise, we're going to need to add liquidity here, and we're going to make a liquidity jump or liquidity dump for another sweep at 545. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comments. Consider subscribing to the channel and join the other 18,100 subscribers. And remember, positivity over negativity.